Welcome to this series on questions and answers in PowerHEDA. I am Evan and I will be your guide in this tutorial. How to create a new PowerHEDA user. From the PowerHEDA dashboard, click on Tools, then click on Users. This Manage Users screen allows the administrator to manage all aspects of users, roles, and user access for new and registered users on PowerHEDA. For the purposes of this tutorial, we will be adding two new users, one with basic user access and one with more permissions. In the first section of this page, click on the Add icon next to Add New User. Enter a personnel number, select a title from the list, enter a name and a surname, enter a username and a password that we will keep secret, enter an email address, and enter a phone number. Note that the default state is set to newly registered. This will be the same for users that register themselves on PowerHEDA. Once you are satisfied, click on the Save button. Next, find the user you just entered by entering the name in the Name filter box. Select the user you just created by clicking on the user. We will now assign roles to this user. The next section of this page is titled Roles Linked to Joe Soap, as that is the user that we have selected. Click on the Add icon next to Link Role to User. The window that opens will list all the roles available on your PowerHEDA application. To add a role, see the video tutorial entitled PowerHEDA Question and Answer Series, How to Add a PowerHEDA Security Role. Navigate this list by using the page numbers below or the arrow keys to page right or left, or type a role name in the role filter box at the top of the screen. We will add the role HEDA Dashboard User. Select it by ticking the checkbox and clicking on Save. The role is now added to the list. Once you are done, click on Close. If you wish to assign security to this user at a data level, click on the Add icon next to Assign Data Security. Choose the type or level of security and add an item for that level. For the purposes of this tutorial, we will not be adding security at a data level. Click on the Close button. To modify permissions of an existing user, select the user in the list and make the changes required. Click on the pencil icon for a specific user to enter the user details. Next, let's create another user, this time with more permissions. In the first section on this page, click on the Add icon next to Add New User. Enter a personnel number, select a title. This user will have slightly more user access. Enter a username, a password, which we will keep secret, and enter an email address. Enter a phone number for this user. click on the Save button. Let's select the user we've just created. Click on the user. The next section will say roles linked to the user we just created. Click on the Add icon next to Link Role to User. Once again, the window that opens will list all the roles available on the PowerHEDA application. We will select the Dashboard Administrator role and Scorecard Administrator role. Once you are satisfied, click on the Save button. Once you are done, click on the Close button. The roles you selected will be listed in the Roles Linked section of the screen. If you wish to assign security to this user at a data level, we can again click on the Add button and follow the same procedure to select data level security. For the purposes of this tutorial, we will not be adding data level security. Click on the Close button. Now that we have created these two new users, let's test them. Return to the dashboard by clicking on the PowerHEDA logo. Sign out of PowerHEDA by clicking on your username and selecting Sign Out. Let's sign in by clicking on the Sign In button, enter our username and secret password, then click on Sign In. The default dashboard will display. Notice that Ms. Amore Smith is able to edit a dashboard as well as create a new dashboard. Let's click on Tools, and we'll see that this user with extended administrative access is able to use the Tools menu. Let's test our general user. Sign out of PowerHEDA by clicking on your username and selecting Sign Out. Next, let's test our limited permissions user. Click on Sign In. Enter the username and password for Joe Soap. Notice that this user cannot edit a dashboard or create dashboards. Click on Tools. This user does not have access to the administrative menu. Instead, only the My Favorites menu appears. And because this is a new user, this user will still have to build up the My Favorites menu. Click on the PowerHEDA logo to return to the default dashboard. Sign out by clicking on the name and clicking Sign Out. Our two new users have been created and the two differing functions have been illustrated. Thanks for watching. If you have any feedback on this tutorial, please send an email to support@idsc.co.za.